illegal possession of child pornography. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that was done, is that May 18th, last week, month? A pre-sentence report has been prepared. Have the parties had an opportunity to review it? Are there any corrections or changes to it?
None from the defense, Your Honor.
None, Your Honor.
This isn't just another sentencing hearing. The defendant has already admitted guilt to possessing child sexual abuse material, and now the judge has to answer one critical question: is this someone capable of rehabilitation, or someone who still poses a serious risk? Every answer from this point forward could influence that decision.
It's been made a part of the record for all purposes. Okay, how did you want to proceed on this?
Judge, I have two witnesses, one being the defendant himself and one being the defendant's mother. I don't know if you want a question here at the bench or have a seat at counsel table.
We can do it here.
Okay.
Where's his mother? Okay. Why don't you exit like we do on witnesses under the rule of sequestration, because I don't know what she's going to say or he's going to say, but we don't want to have a risk of, okay, I heard what he said, I'll just say what he says.
Yes, sir.
All right, raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any statements you make during this hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Lower your hand. Go ahead.
Mr. Hansley, the offense date on this was April 4th of 2023. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
November 4th.
November 4th.
I'm sorry. November 4th of 2023. Prior to that, you had been on probation in Hardin County. Is that correct?
Or
I was
It's in your PSI, Judge.
I know.
I'm sorry.
it was possession of controlled substance.
We're going to let him do this speaking. You'll listen.
It was possession of controlled substance and burglary.
What was the controlled substance?
It was ecstasy.
Mm-hmm. Where were you acquiring that from?
Just this, it was a dude I went to high school with.
Keep going.
All right. You were required to go to ISF.
Hold on. What about this 5 years probation for burglary of habitation? That was at the same time.
Yeah, they both gotten combined, I guess, because of COVID. That's when both of them,
That's when those were disposed. They were disposed on the same date, January 23.
Yes, sir.
And then you were revoked, sentenced to 3 years imprisonment on June 5th of 2024.
Yes, sir.
Why were you revoked?
Because I kept.
Of this case?
Sir.
Because of this case?
No,
sir.
Oh, because that would could have worked, but under the timing of it all. But what were the reasons you were revoked?
I was revoked because I kept failing my UAs for alcohol. Yes, sir. And then I had went to ISF. I had come home, and then no sooner or later I came home, I failed another UA for alcohol. Then got my probation revoked, went to TDC, and that was I don't know, that made me realize my freedom and how much my decision making was back then it just was very poor. And
you were you abusing alcohol severely?
yes, I was.
And was that disinhibiting? You weren't considering consequences of your actions at the time?
No, I was not.
How old are you right now?
23.
Go ahead.
You were then sentenced, as you indicated, to 3 years TDC. Tell us what you learned from that experience.
Notice what the judge is doing here. He's not simply asking whether prison was difficult, he's testing whether the defendant actually understands accountability. In sentencing hearings, judges often look beyond apologies. They're searching for genuine insight, because saying, "I've changed," is easy, proving it is much harder.
So I've just learned that all of my consequences always have actions. It doesn't matter what I'm doing right then and there. I always have to worry about in the future, and not only who am I affecting, me, myself, just the other people around me. I've learned that just just me as a person, I'm trying to work on it. And that going to TDC and coming home, and now
How long were you in prison?
I was just a little bit over a year and a half. So
Since then, you've been on parole, is that correct?
yes, sir.
Have you experienced any problems with parole?
No, sir.
Just before you went to TDC is when you were arrested on this case, is that correct?
I wasn't arrested on it. That's when the phone was discovered with my old job, and as I was awaiting to go to ISF, that's when I guess it went through.
This case was indicted in March of 2024, to the best of your recollection, is that correct?
I thought it was the date of 23.
Well, so the offense date was in November of 23,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When the phone was picked up and you were waiting to go to, you said that was ISF at the time, right? The phone was discovered when you went to ISF.
Yes, sir.
And then you came back, you messed up, you went back to prison, correct?
Yes,
Did you post a bond in this case?
I did. Yes, sir.
And so that only gave you 2 days credit, is that correct?
Yes.
And so while you were on bond is when you served TDC time on your Hardin County offenses, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, with regard to the nature of this offense, do you understand the severity?
Yes, sir, I did.
Can you tell the court in your own words, in terms of victimization, what you realize now that didn't seem to strike you back then?
Back then, I guess I just had my not necessarily. I mean, it was fantasies. I guess at the time it was kind of twisted. I didn't realize the way I see things now is. I mean, I don't want to bring it up here, but I will. I have a 4-year-old sister now. I look at her as as she's my own daughter. I mean, I could never imagine anything bad ever happening to her, and if it did, I mean, it would really affect me. And I just know that this right here is, I know it's a speed bump. It's something that, I've done. I don't know how else.
In this,
I hate all of it. I want to just, I apologize.
in this case, you understand that the court has a number of options, correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that whether you are sentenced to TDC and later paroled, or you're offered probation here, you're going to have to comply with sex offender terms, including registration.
Sir.
Do you understand why the court would have concerns about you being around your sister unsupervised?
Of course. But she would never be unsupervised. My mom and her father, my stepdad's always there at the house. Or she's at daycare during the day. So,
And do you understand that one of the things that the court could do is send you to home confinement for a portion of probation, or do you understand that the court could place you outside of your home until your counselor and completion of chaperone training by your mom and your stepfather completed in order that all proper precautions were taken?
yes, sir.
Here's where the hearing becomes especially important. The judge shifts from discussing punishment to discussing victims. In cases involving child exploitation, courts want to know whether the defendant truly understands the lifelong harm inflicted on children, not just whether they're sorry they got caught. This is often the dividing line between remorse and real rehabilitation.
You talked about, having a sister now and imagining something bad happened to her. In terms of, is that the way that you have personalized the victimization that these the kids in these other images?
I think anybody, if they had a picture of my sister that was any sort of way that's wrong looking, I think that is the most, I realize that now, that is the most wrong thing. It's sick, it's just messed up.
Oh, wait. Well, what caused you to have a feeling of that now? You didn't have a problem victimizing all these children in these pictures then. I mean, they're children, like your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why couldn't you see a comparison? Why didn't you have empathy for them then?
No, I wish I had an answer for that.
That doesn't make sense to me.
I see her now, and it's been an eye opener these last almost 5 years.
The use of alcohol in your life, did it numb?
Yes, it did.
Was the alcohol voluntarily taken?
Yes.
Or did somebody force you to drink?
No, sir. No, it was
Okay.
voluntary.
All right.
Would you agree that you have had a problem with substance abuse?
Yes, sir, I have.
Would you agree that much like addiction, these issues, if not treated properly, can rise again?
I think they could, yes, but I don't.
You don't foresee that happening?
Not in this situation.
You understand that sex offender conditions could include prohibitions from being online, limitation on the kinds of phones you can have, and you understand that there can be polygraphs taken during probation sessions, and that you would have to attend sex offender counseling.
Yes, sir.
If you would not have made bond in this case, you would currently have some time. You said you spent about a year in TDC, is that correct?
Yes, sir, about a year and a half.
Before you paroled out?
Just 1 second, Ms. Will. Can you tell the jury we're going to need just a little more time? Thank them for their patience. 10 or 15. Thank you. Go.
And so, if you had not bonded out in this case, you would have about a year and a half back time at present.
Yes, sir.
But because you were on bond, no time accrued toward this case, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
No idea. I just walked in. I'm gonna.
Yeah, find out what they need.
Okay.
Because I got a jury out there too.
You also have the guy in jail we need to deal with.
In terms of, you've talked about putting who you were in your past behind you. You talked about putting who you were in your past behind you. Tell the court about your efforts to essentially to rehabilitate yourself and what your life has been like over the last 10 months.
I've been employed this entire time, and trying to work as much as possible. Just completed my first semester at Lamar State College in Port Arthur for audio engineering. So I am trying to work on my education and just try to stay focused and, not get involved with drinking or smoking or anything that I was involved with in the past. I really am. I have been since I've been home, trying to give my life a second chance.
And with regard to that, trying to give your life a second chance, as you suggest, you've had no problems while you've been on parole. Is that correct? All right. And so we're looking at. Do you understand that the court could also sentence you to up to 7 years in conjunction with our agreement?
Sorry.
Are you asking for to, in part because of the time that you've already served that hasn't counted toward this case and based on your efforts that you've described, to give you an opportunity to complete sex offender counseling and be placed on community supervision?
Is he doing any sex offender counseling now?
At present, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, go ahead.
And would you comply with all terms that the court would order for you?
Of course, yes, sir.
And is that reflected, do you believe, in how you've handled parole since you've been out this time, since you were discharged, since you were paroled out?
Yes, sir.
Was seeing prison enough to set you straight, so to speak?
Yes, yes, it has.
I'll pass this for you.
Anything from Sam?
Oh, I've got a few things.
Go ahead.
Watch the prosecutor's strategy now. Instead of arguing emotionally, they're about to test the defendant's credibility with direct, uncomfortable questions. If the defendant has minimized his behavior or failed to seek treatment on his own, those facts can seriously undermine any request for probation. This cross-examination could completely change the direction of the hearing.
So since you're under oath, let's start with what steps have you taken since you got released to address these issues that you're asking the court to deal with? In other words, what have you done on your own?
Just going to school and working. I mean, I haven't done any sex offender classes or anything like that.
So you haven't addressed that issue yourself, right?
No, sir.
No, but you're asking and you're relying upon the fact that you're going to go ahead and do that if this court grants you probation.
Yes, sir.
Yet you've been out of custody for how long?
Just a little bit over a year.
Over a year. Over a year, you have not addressed the problem on your own.
Yes, sir.
All right. Number two, I want you to recognize that the judge did you a great favor in asking your mother to be absent from the courtroom. It's going to allow me to ask you some questions about the information that's on your phone. I'm prefacing that before we get started. You and I both know what's on there.
Okay, sir.
The court has read some to some degree, but it's not given the detail of what actual pictures you were taking of your mom. Your mom is here to testify as a character witness for you. Is she aware of the information that you have on your phone?
Not about her, but everything.
No, I want to know specifically about her. Does she know what kind of pictures you were taking of her?
She knew that I had pictures of her, not to that extent. No, sir.
Are you prepared for her to hear that? Because if she testifies, I'm going to be telling her about that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
What you're about to hear is some of the most disturbing testimony in the entire case. The prosecutor is introducing evidence not merely to shock the courtroom, but to demonstrate an ongoing pattern of sexually exploitative behavior. These details are legally significant because they speak directly to the defendant's risk level, honesty, and whether community supervision would adequately protect the public.
I'm going to give you a chance to tell the judge what's in this deal that not only one of the witnesses provided in discovery, but an officer detailed in his reports about the images you have of your mother. Go ahead and tell him.
I had pictures of my mother just around the house.
Be specific, sir.
I had stolen her underwear at times. Did acts with her underwear. Yeah.
He's a big person. He knows the words. Tell him.
I ejaculate on her underwear and sneaking behind her, taking just pictures of her. It was like a sexual thing. Yeah.
And when was this?
This is all.
What period of time are we talking about?
So this would have been during high school and just a little bit right after.
This is you're charged with this offense on or about November 4th of 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
When in relation to that date were you doing this? We're talking about with your mom, as using your mom as a fantasy tool.
Up until about a year before that whole time until I got, everything came out.
And all those things were at least occurred during the time in which you were on probation.
Yes, ma'am.
For two crimes.
For two crimes. You had over 100 images of you with videos of you masturbating, ejaculating on your mother's underwear, specific videos of you masturbating in the back seat while she's driving,
Yes.
all under in a work phone underneath a folder labeled mom so that you could have easy access to know what that was to continue your sick fantasies.
You have to speak
Yes,
out.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you've never addressed that, yet you are relying upon this court to the suggestion that he could give you probation and send you to live with her and your sister that you're describing as someone that you really love and care for.
Yes, sir.
Do you not love and care for your mother?
I do.
Do you not see the problem here?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, why would you victimize us if you love her? That's kind of hard to put together, isn't it? You don't victimize somebody, you care for them.
Sir.
Oh.
Last thing, Mr. Hensley, when you were talking with the judge, you described all of this as a quote-unquote speed bump. I'm going to give you one more opportunity to change that answer.
Yes, sir. I was a sick and twisted individual growing up. I had a lot of bad, inappropriate pictures that I had found on Google. It was definitely not a speed bump, just
Bad choices,
horrible choices. Yes, sir.
but choices
that
nonetheless.
I
Choices you made, you've continued to, up until today, to try to minimize it, describing it as a speed bump. You tried to minimize that contact when you talked to this PSI officer just a few weeks ago.
The prosecution closes with its strongest point, actions versus promises. The defendant says he wants treatment now, but the prosecutor reminds the court he had more than a year outside prison to seek help and chose not to. That's the central issue in this hearing. Should the court believe future promises when past opportunities went unused? Let me know in the comments. Based on everything you've heard so far, would you grant probation, or is prison the only appropriate outcome?
And you think we should trust you to send you back to fantasize some more about your mother and whatever God knows happening to this poor 4-year-old sister of yours?
No, sir. I would like to have some supervision or classes that I can take, because
Yet you've done none of that on your own.
no, sir, I have not.
I have no further questions of this witness.
Anything else?
Mr. Hensley, how old were you in November of 2023?
I would have been 21.
And you said that this continued up until about a year prior